Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking over my make that I've created using the fantastic January craft box. Now this is the Love and Friendship craft box because with it being January we're looking further ahead into the year to Valentine's Day, to Mother's Day, to any of those days when you're going to get to show someone that you love them. So as always, let's go through what we are going to get in the box. This is an absolutely phenomenal deal. Like with all of our craft boxes, you're getting your value for money, and we've really thought about how we can give you the best products to give you all the tools that you need to create some fantastic makes. Now, of course, we've got the box here. It's always worth mentioning the box. I just absolutely love the box. I reuse mine. I send them to people. We've got all these lovely illustrations on the front. It's just a lovely thing to receive. So this is the box. Now, let me angle you downwards, and we'll talk about what we're getting inside the box. So, as always, we're going to be getting our 10 sheets of Colour Story cardstock here, and you can see we've got all these lovely colours here. We've gone with the pinks, we've gone with these lovely deep reds, and all these spring colours to go with it. Now, we always choose the card really carefully to get you the best chance of being able to make something really lovely, vibrant, and in season and current. So there we are, we've got a lovely cardstock here, 10 sheets, really lovely. Now, to offset this cardstock, we've also given you some of our gold opulent metallic card. Now this stuff is just pure elegance. I love it. We've got all these different kinds. We've got the lovely glitter card here. We have the matte gold there, so it's kind of shiny, but not too shiny. You can't see your reflection in it, but it's just absolutely exquisite. Then we've got our shiny brushed metal cardstock here, which is the gold. This is all gold. Then we've got the mirror card, which is just shiny. So the difference between the brushed metal and the mirror card is that the mirror card is just plain mirror. You can really see your reflection in it. This has got this lovely texture. Then we've got this lovely pearlescent gold there as well. And if I just angle this around, you should be able to see how the light just catches it. It's almost got a glittery quality there. It's really lovely stuff. And I always mention that this card here, the glitter card, you're not going to get any glitter residue here. This is really great quality cardstock here. It's just glitter. It stays on the card. When you die cut it, it die cuts perfectly, and it all stays on that die cut piece. So there we are. Now that's just the cardstock that we've got for you. As always, we are going to include some sheets of our crisp white cardstock here. Now this is in lovely plastic packaging there just to keep it nice and white so nothing gets on there, because we all know that sometimes the nicest cards, everything on them pops against that lovely crisp fresh white background, especially when we're doing a lovely kind of spring make like that. Now we are going to include some of our ballet slipper cards and envelopes here. Now in this set here, we're going to get 10 envelopes and we're going to get 10 pre-made, pre-folded cards. And I'm going to be using this in my make today because it's so handy receiving the card as well. You don't have to cut your card to the right size. You don't have to score it and fold it yourself and measure it and all that. It's going to go in the envelope no matter what. So we've got you covered there. So there are the cards and envelopes. Now to make things even easier, we're going to give you this adhesive roller there. So this is fantastic. You can just use it to apply anything. All you need to do is just roll it across the page and you've got a lovely adhesive strip there to stick anything down. Now, before we move on to the die sets, which I think are the star of the show, we're going to show you the sequins and beads that you're going to get in here. So the colour here is Pink Fizz. Now this is a really poppy pink colour. If I just hold this up there, you can see that lovely Pink Fizz glitter. It's really poppy on a card. And then we've also got these lovely sequins and beads. Now these ones are stars, and they've got a pearlescent quality, so as you move them around in the light, they're transparent, but they've got that lovely pearlescent quality where they catch the light in such a beautiful way. Absolutely gorgeous. And again, I'm going to be using all these on my makes. Now, let's have a look at the die sets. Now, to get you started, obviously when we're showing love and friendship, we want some heart framelits. Now, these are a staple. I use these time and time again in the craft room, at work, and at home. We've got all these different sizes of heart here. The small ones against the big ones can create real liveliness in your makes. You can use this big card, you could have it partially over a card piece and just cut some off and frame it, or you could use the whole thing. You could create a card base just out of this big, massive heart there. But we've got these kind of intermittently smaller hearts that go all the way down to this tiny size here. So I think I'm going to be using this second size today because that's a lovely size. It takes up just the right amount of room, but all of these, you are going to be able to use them at some point. They're fantastic heart framelits and just our framelit shapes in general. So then we've got this lovely spring kind of botanical heart die here. Now we've got all these different elements here, and that's always great when you get a die set that's got lots and lots of different elements, especially botanical elements. I find you're going to be able to use them all year round. So although this is a kind of spring and Valentine's Day type box, you're going to be able to use this time and time again because we can use those floral elements. It has that love sentiment, and love is applicable all year round. I feel like I should get that on a t-shirt. We've got this lovely little banner, and again, when you're going for that kind of illustrative feel, the liveliness of it being this lovely wavy shape and having those embossed decorations just around the side, these lovely stitch marks, it's going to look fantastic. And again, stick around because we are going to be using this in our make. And finally, we have the botanical envelope liners, and that's this die here. So along with our Sizzix envelopes and the pre-cut cards that go inside them, you've got these envelope liners that have lovely botanical embellishments that you can put on the outside, or you can use them on your make, but you can use them on the outside of your envelope here. They're designed to go in the corners, and then we've got this lovely die cut aperture that goes inside your envelope. So it's an envelope liner, and it just makes everything extra special. So, and do you know what? At the end of this live, I'm going to show you the one that I've created, and we'll sort of reenact what it will be like to receive a card like this, because I've created one just here. Okay, so let's move all this to the side and we will crack on with my make. So I've got one of my pre-cut card bits there. Now that is a blank canvas ready for me to start using. It's lovely, it's in that ballet slipper colour, so it's going to be perfect for spring. Now I've taken some of this lovely poppy pink cardstock that comes in the set, and I've just cut it into strips. And all I've done, you can use some adhesive for this, but I've used a sticky sheet on there, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to angle this upwards like so, and then I've cut another one just to go underneath there, and I'm just offsetting the angle on these again just to create a bit of fun on the card. We want things going at different angles so that everything isn't just sort of straight and boring. Oh, give me one sec. Do you know what? My Sizzix tweezers are going to come in very handy during this, because it's going to help me peel off that adhesive, that protective layer there. There we go. Now then I'm going to stick this one underneath at less of an angle. Then, do you know what? I've not brought with me my Sizzix scissors here, but I do have a pair of scissors here that I can just use to snip off those edges. And that means that they're going to follow the side of the card there, and it's all going to frame nicely. So there's a start just to the make. I love creating little sort of handmade embellishments like this on the card. Are just going to create a bit more interest there. It almost looks like a piece of string that's been wrapped around, but obviously if we did that we wouldn't be able to open the card up. So there's our start. Now let's add some of the die cut pieces. Now here is that pre-cut heart that I have taken from the heart framelit set. Framelits are also perfect for when you are using a photograph. So if you decided you wanted to use a photograph in a make, you could. The thing about framelits is that the middle of them is cut out so you can see what you are framing, hence the word framelits there. So I'm going to stick these lovely little botanical embellishments. Now this is actually the aperture from the botanical envelope liner here. So if you have a look at this set here, now this is meant to cut an aperture, but I'm actually using that as a die cut piece. So again, we're getting our value for money in that way as well, because these can be used in different ways. I'll just add a tiny bit more adhesive to that there. I just want another little botanical embellishment on the side there. And then I can stick this heart down. I'm going to stick it, I don't like things central, so I'm going to stick it just towards the end there, around here. So that's where we are so far. Now, I mentioned that we get a this lovely banner shape here. Now I'm going to have my banner just go across my card, but when I angle this in, I'm actually going to have it so that it comes off the end of the card there, because I can snip that a bit later on. And I love it when things, you know, it's almost like it was meant to go off the side of the card like this, but that doesn't look right because it's not all framed in the card. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to take my scissors here. I'm just going to cut a straight line, and there we are. So look at all those wavy lines, just creating all that fun on that card. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get this pre-cut love sentiment here, and this is a really lovely one here. This is calligraphic writing, so it's like calligraphy, that lovely joined up writing that all of us, when we see someone doing it, I mean, I will watch videos online of people who can just produce that writing by themselves. But if you can't do that, we have got you covered. So just going to add a tiny bit more adhesive here to the back of that, get it to stick down. That's a little handy tip there, using your, I'm sure you guys all do this at home, but just getting a tiny bit blob of adhesive on there if you've forgotten to put some down and get it underneath. But again, an adhesive sheet would be great for that. Now this is almost finished, but I mentioned that we get these lovely stars here. So we've got the sequins and beads. Now we can get them as stars, we can get them as circles. In this make, it doesn't matter whether we're using stars or circles. I'm using the stars because I've got the stars in my box. And the fact that they are large and small stars means we can just, again, add some interest into the make. And I'm going to stick them around. I won't make you watch me do that. Instead, I'm going to show you the one that I've made earlier. And have a look at this. So there's my card. How simple is that? But again, with all these lovely colours, I've gone for a really lovely simple make here. But with all of the colours and the gold opulence and everything that we've given you, you will be able to make something that's really complicated, or you can keep it simple like I have. Now, I have used the gold opulence. I used them on the front of my envelope. So here is, as mentioned before, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you what it will be like to receive one of these cards there. So here is my envelope liner. Now that is just next level, isn't it? When you receive a card like this, you know that someone's put thought and love into it when they've included an envelope liner in there. I would know instantly the person who sent me this is a loved one, a family member, someone who really cares. And then, as you see here, we can then stick this inside the envelope, and that's going to fit in there perfectly. Now, that will close over there. And here is what we're going to get. So this lovely embellishment here, that's from the matte gold there. It's understated, so it's not too shiny, but it is shiny. And then I've also included that in the corners here. And obviously you can see that I've written my fiance's name, Susie, on there because I am going to repurpose this card for Valentine's Day, providing that she doesn't watch this video. So that's about it from me. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope we've provided you with a bit of inspiration of how to use your craft box. But again, if you look again at the one that I've made, there we go, that's lovely, isn't it? I've made a simple one. I take that out there, and also I do believe I put in some of the glittery bits that are just going to fall out there. You can put as much glitter in this card as you want because we've got loads of glitter for you, a whole pot of glitter. And then I can see that they've put the love and care into it. Then I take this out and then I open it. Absolutely lovely. So thank you very, very much for watching. Again, I hope that we've provided some inspiration for you. I would really love to see how you would use these cards. So if you do make anything with this, or when you do make anything with it, I'd love to see a picture of it in the comments. I'd love to know what your loved ones thought of it when they opened it, and you know, just generally what you think of it. So for more inspiration, go over to the Sizzix website. If you're in the UK, that is sizzix.co.uk, or if you are in the US, that's sizzix.com. And that's it from me. I will see you next time.